Bristol Palin had been paid over $260,000 by the Candies Foundation to promote abstinence, which means that you're not supposed to have sex until marriage. Now, Bristol Palin also just broke news this week that she is pregnant with her second child out of wedlock. She didn't disclose information about who the father of the child is, but she was engaged up until last month to a man by the name of something Meyer. He was a Marine. Who cares? Dakota Meyer.
Oscar.
That's his name. Dakota Meyer.
I think it's O-S-C-A-R is how you spell his first name.
You're a dork. Anyway, all right, let's get to the heart of the matter here. Of course, there's a lot of hypocrisy involving her push for abstinence-only education, and then she gets pregnant not once but twice through having sex before marriage. And remember, she had said back in 2009 that she guarantees that she will never have sex again until she's married. Obviously, it didn't work out. And look, I don't think that it's usually a good thing to talk shit about people's personal lives. But when there's a massive hypocrisy and you're going around telling people about abstinence and how they shouldn't have sex before marriage, you should probably be outed as a huge hypocrite. So here's what she said. She said, I made a mistake, but it's not the mistake these giddy assholes have loved to assume. This pregnancy was actually planned. Everyone knows I wanted more kids, to have a bigger family. Believing I was heading in that direction, I got ahead of myself. Things didn't go as planned, but life keeps going. Life moves on. Now, that was what she released after she posted her first blog about getting pregnant for the second time. In her first blog, she didn't seem so happy and it didn't seem so planned. She said, I don't want any lectures and I do not want any sympathy. Honestly, I've been trying my hardest to keep my chin up on this one. I know this has been and will be a huge disappointment to my family, to my close friends, and to many of you. All right, so I think she realized that that previous blog post would probably look really, really bad to her unborn child once he or she is old enough to read that she's really disappointed that she's pregnant again. But nonetheless, those were the statements that she released, and I think that she was beyond hypocritical in her stance when it comes to abstinence-only education, but maybe you guys have a different point of view. Brett, make your point.
So this is what this kind of zealous dogma and, you know, didacticism creates. Like, you're not unreasonable if you want to have sex with your boyfriend before marriage. Taking such like a fierce stance on it and vilifying yourself for doing it just puts you in a position where now you seem like a crazy person saying two different sides of the point right after each other.
Yeah, I do not begrudge anyone who actually is abstinent before marriage, but I think it's unusual or strange when people do save themselves for marriage, because I think it's important for you to really know what you're getting yourself into prior to getting married. It's
unreasonable.
Sex is such a huge part of a relationship. I know people will pretend like it's not, but it is. It's intimacy. It's lovemaking. You want to make sure you connect on that level. That chemistry is so important. Hannah, what do you think? Make your point.
Yeah, I mean, regardless of like the sexual aspect of it all, I think when this story first broke, I didn't want to shame her. You know what I mean? Like, she made a mistake. Like, that's okay. Move past it. But now this second blog post is clearly her PR people saying, like, oh shit, you fucked up, girl.
Yeah.
And so now she's just trying to come back. And I'm like, stop it. Like, this is a fucking child. Like, stop making such a spectacle of it that you're talking about your unborn child. You're shaming all of these people while doing so. Like, stop. Chill out. This is your opportunity to educate people, to be a loving parent. Chill out, girl.
Yeah, honestly, if I were in her predicament, I wouldn't have even released a statement. It's my personal life. I understand she's a public figure and people are going to want to know. But at the end of the day, it's her life. And so I don't think I would have posted anything about it. And if I felt enough pressure to post something, I would say something along the lines of, I'm pregnant, I'm pro-life, and as a result, I'm not going to have an abortion. I'm going to have this baby. Even if you guys think I'm a hypocrite, it is what it is.
I'm so excited to bring a child into the world.
What it is, yeah, exactly. What it is like, it's like product endorsement. She's endorsing abstinence. You better like the product you're endorsing.
Exactly.
This is like, say, you know, try it before you go out publicly and say it's awesome.
It's not just an endorsement. It's her, you know, being part of this very lucrative organization, it's making hundreds of thousands of dollars promoting a message that isn't realistic, and it's harmful to society, because here's the reality. Teens are gonna have sex, okay? You can't stop it. It is what it is. You gotta give them the information necessary to protect themselves. If they don't know about condoms, they're not gonna use condoms.
Right.
So they're going to get pregnant or they're going to get STDs, and it's a disaster. So she's caused more damage than anything else, which is why I think this story is important.
Yeah.
Personal question. What's one thing you think your parents would disown you for doing?
I don't think they'd ever disown me.
You're a dude. Yeah, you get away with a lot more, I feel like.
Really? I don't know. I feel like, you know, there's nothing that I'd really be disowned for. I mean, they also raised me in a way where, like, I don't think I do anything that's disowning worthy.
Yes.
So I don't feel like that's a problem, and I'm pretty grateful for that.
All right. What about you, Hannah?
Yeah, I think I'm in the same boat. I'm really fortunate. I don't think my parents would disown me for anything. Maybe if I did something like really, really awful to my sister, but that would never happen because of the way they raised me. Like, I don't know. Maybe if I like killed somebody, I just don't think. I still think they would come visit me and like bring me cookies.
I just think my mom would still bring me cookies too. Yeah.
Okay, so I am on the same boat as you guys. They would be very supportive in almost anything I do. But if I did get pregnant out of wedlock, which honestly, as I get older, I feel like it's more and more likely. I feel like they'd be super disappointed. They want like the traditional marriage.
But they wouldn't disown you, right?
No, I think at first they would disown me for like maybe a week, and then they would start talking to me again.
Like that old world, like, how dare you, fie and shame.
Yeah, it would be bad. It would be bad. Anyway, my mom wants to be a grandmother though, so maybe.
This is what's amazing about it, is like that you see that in your parents at a certain point where they're like, they always were like, get married first, but then they're like, I just want to bounce a little tiny baby on my knee.
Exactly. So all they have to do is see the infant, and then all of a sudden they're like, all right.
It's the same inner
we're good.
turmoil that Bristol Palin faces, where she's like, I want to be abstinence, but I do love
I want to
doing
get
it.
paid. I want to get paid for. Whoa.
Right, yeah, they want to bounce on that day.
This is
So
not serious.
just remember that when your mom says she might disown you for getting pregnant before marriage, she's just like Bristol Palin having sex.
All right, fair enough. What do you guys think? Comment in the section below. Tell us what you guys think. And also, is there anything your parents would disown you for? Obviously, it's a very personal and deep question. You don't have to name any names, but you should share your story. Comment, and we'll see you soon.